like
saying,
me.
like,
That's like
pick
me
on
saying
somebody.
something to LeBron James or The Rock and getting mad because they swung on me. I know how big you is before I said it. If you that big and bad, stand on it.
Talking shit.
Make sure that chin hard. Make sure that chin is tough.
To me, talk like
you
you
gonna
can
catch a
talk
few.
all day long. To me, you can talk all day long, but the moment that you put your hands on me, then we have a problem.
But they bumped chest. He pushed him first, right?
But
He
no,
pushed him.
no.
He walked up in his
Draymond
face.
walked up in him and pushed.
He walked up in his
chest bumped him
face.
first.
He walked up in his face real aggressive.
He
Poole pushed him.
No.
That's what I mean.
No,
Because-
you're missing
because
the point of him chest bumping him first.
He did.
Draymond touched that man first, so he pushed him off. I'm
But
like,
he
come
chose
on,
not
man.
to swing first.
That's
Because he wasn't
That's what I'm
on
saying.
that.
He who don't swing
But if
first
he-
knocked out.
Get swung.
If he
swung
didn't
on
swing-
second.
If you
he
chest
didn't
bump
swing
me,
on
I'm
you-
not gonna push you.
But if he
bang it
didn't
back.
swing on
You've
you, that mean
initiated-
he wasn't even trying to be on that.
I gotta watch it.
Draymond was on some tough
Obviously,
man.
he was because he punched him.
wasn't. No, Draymond was on that. I'm talking about Poole. Poole
Hey,
wasn't
believe
on
it
that
or-
tough man type
believe it or not,
stuff.
we talking
He
about-
That's why
like, my
he's
man's
watch your
like,
mouth.
back up off me.
Watch your
Talking about
mouth.
the Lord today. Believe it or not.
Because if you chest bump me, I
He
made
could
the
have
option.
swung. Now,
Yeah,
now
you
but
swing.
All right, so here it is. Here it is, right?
You swing,
Here it
don't
is.
push me
But
again.
if-
There's no such thing as an overreaction.
I was gonna say, here it is.
There's no such thing as
if I pinch
you
you,
push
right,
me.
and you push me down the flight
I
of stairs,
pushed you off me because you chest bumped me. That
I can't.
You
Your
should've punched
reaction
me.
is your reaction.
I should've punched you.
You should have punched me because I'm
Then
ready
you
to
can-
fight.
No, you don't
If I
have to
have
be ready
aggressive,
to fight.
if I have aggressive
You
energy
could
towards
tell
you,
both of their
and I
energy.
come into your space,
I'm telling you, both of their energy, you could tell the difference. Draymond was on some tough douche
Read the
the
room.
entire time. Poole wasn't even on that.
Read
That's why I
the-
said
you gotta read
Draymond
the room.
whack.
You like light
Gotta
skinned
read
niggas,
the
don't you?
room.
I really don't.
I'm
My man
sorry.
is chocolate, honey.
Oh.
You heard what I said? My man is chocolate. He said it to the camera. My man is chocolates, okay? Oh, you so mad because you ain't got no type. You just accept anything that's going to come hop up on it.
She breathing. She got an oxygen mask.
You the reason why STD rates is high.
Oh shit!
Wow.
Wait a minute, guy.
I wasn't prepared for that.
With that being said, welcome back.
Right? You learn something new every
Our
week.
opinion. I'm voice one.
Clearly, he got an STD. I'm voice 2. I'm STD free.
This is the
Okay.
vacant spot.
I'm voice 3.
Hey, what's up, y'all? We back for another week, man.
Let's go.
It's good to see y'all. It's good to be seen, rather. But the Saints say it's better to be seen
Then
than to be viewed. I still see your ass in that caster. Either way it goes. Seen, viewed,
No, but
viewed, see. It's still the same.
There's a difference. I could see you seeing me. If you viewing me, I don't.
Oh, it ain't even that.
She
Nigga.
dropped. She deep. She deep. I can see you seeing me, see you, see me.
Hey, man, we're going
While
to
we
get into
seeing
this.
each other.
We're going to get into this episode, man. Shout out to our sponsor, Autumn Fresh Cleaners. For all your residential, commercial needs, you can follow them on Instagram at Autumn Fresh Cleaning Services. Yeah, man. Tell them I sent you.
Period.
Short story this week. It's actually about our guest we have. Our guest, this is my god sister. Been knowing her my whole life, her whole life. She was, this is like my mom's first, well, no, this is like her first induction to like a daughter, right?
Okay.
My mama always wanted girls. She
Right,
always
clearly
wanted.
had a house full of
yeah,
boys.
Yeah, had nothing but boys. They told my mama my youngest brother was supposed to be a girl.
Your mom is the definition of
You
swinging miss.
imagine
nigga.
the disappointment.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
is swinging miss,
yeah.
nigga.
She got pictures of this whole big pink birthday baby shower thing. Yeah. So my brother.
so
Wait,
she
she-
was carrying him.
like,
then.
my brother was a
literally all
girl
the
for
way
like a nice little
until-
month when he was born. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep, it was that crazy. So she was gathering all these
Did
daughters.
she sue for defamation of character?
I don't know. Probably so. I don't know. That's why his name was Carlos. My mama's name was Carla. So
Carly,
she was like,
you know what? Okay. She want me
let me find something
OS
close.
on there.
Yeah.
Oh, now I got
It's a
something
boy
to be like,
version.
man, you was supposed to be a girl.
Yeah. But my mama just basically like was gathering like this dream team of daughters and stuff, right? And she is one of them. She used to come over our house. She would come over our house, right? She wasn't allowed to watch rap and all
she
this
was
good
sheltered.
stuff. Yeah. So
I
when
mean,
she
kind of
came-
like you.
No.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You couldn't watch certain movies. She couldn't listen to certain music. Hand in here.
I don't think that. All right. Well, tomato. All right. Potato. But she would come over. She couldn't watch BET or nothing like that. So when she came over, we couldn't watch it.
Oh, yeah.
Furious.
You're like, man, we going
106 and Park, all that. She over there? No. We can't watch it.
You a PK?
Yes.
Oh, that makes
We
sense.
could not watch BET and none of that. Yeah. But
I thought it would be the opposite.
talking about facts.
I would turn it up.
Nah, yeah, but we couldn't watch BET or nothing like that.
As
So
the
when she
college
come
said,
over,
she can't watch it.
yeah,
Y'all
we
can't
had
either.
to. Yeah, we had to entertain her.
Moral of the story is,
Then so listen,
if you can't do it,
she
stay your ass at home.
she could never eat all her food. So we would bribe her and trick her into giving us her food.
What?
All of us.
Really? I don't even remember.
Yeah.
Wow, y'all was
Not
just...
no more.
He
baby.
is.
You gonna eat your cornbread? I sure am gonna eat my
You gonna
cornbread.
come back with a damn nub.
We used to try and bribe her and get all her food from her or whatever.
Tell me what was one of the bribes?
She was so sweet. Like, we all gonna hear her voice. She's like I said, she's a soprano in real life. Voice is really, really soft. So I don't know. We was just I'm the cater to her.
Probably be like,
I'll let you watch BET.
But we used to bribe her out of food.
Out of her
and then
food. She was already sheltered, and y'all just gonna make her starve.
She wouldn't eat it all.
Niggas ain't shit.
She
Like,
wouldn't
just
eat
give
it
it to
all.
me. Don't throw it away. Just
No,
give it to me.
don't give it to me. And she like, nah. That's my impersonation of her.
Take it.
But our guest today, again, is my god sister. Her name is Carnesia Sims.
Authentic hand clap for the
yeah.
guests.
Welcome.
Yeah. So would you like to introduce yourself, I guess?
Well, my name is Carnesia. I am Dennis's god sister.
Give me one more fun fact.
Fun fact.
Fun fact.
She
born
probably
fact,
started.
are
She
you born?
started watching BET.
I was gonna ask what age.
Well, I mean, honestly, yeah. I would say, well, you know, kind of going along with the topic here. I think my first introduction of like real rap music, my first time really hearing some like rap music, I was 16, and it was one of my old best friends, and it was Lil Wayne. And I learned
just went right on in there.
That's the best way to lose your virginity.
He just went right on in there.
Go.
every word to Bill Gates. I don't know if y'all know that,
Oh,
but that
yes.
was my favorite.
That's the
So
best
I
way
was
to
definitely
pop a cherry.
sheltered for sure.
Oh, that's dope, though.
Way more than him. For sure.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to get into that and speaking to the topic. Do you want to go to hell?
Hell no.
So we want to stand in that realm of bridging the gap between saint, sinner, believer, non-believer, church hurt, people hurt, and we just want to we want to talk about a little bit of everything, man. Living right, living wrong, lifestyles, choosing, losing friends, all of that. So you say you're a PK.
Yes, I am.
Oh, come here. Let me. What's my angle? This right here or this one? This one. PK just mean the preacher's kid. All right. Niggas like, what is the PK? That's some freaky stuff. No, nigga, it's not. You must want to go there.
Like, what's her OnlyFans? They didn't drop her name.
So what? Okay. I had a rough morning. So before we get into that, I'm gonna ask you a question. Okay. I got a guy that said, right? What's a guy that said? When something needs to be said, and I just gotta say it. Ketchup does not go on hash browns. So my question. to
You're
you
a lie.
is,
Wait.
ketchup does not go
How?
on
Wait,
hash.
wait,
Listen,
last
okay,
week-
I
don't know what
care
hash
that-
browns is made of.
I don't care.
So
that
maybe we got to
I-
get into that.
No,
It's just a flat French fry.
When I wrote this, I had him in mind. I knew he was gonna say that.
Okay.
I know that it's a potato, but I'm talking
It's a
styles
what?
as a potato.
What is it?
As a potato.
It's a potato.
Potato tomato, right?
Potato.
And that was this week on Our Opinion Podcast.
So I know that it's a potato.
Okay.
That's
Can you
not,
stop saying potato?
That's the word.
Let's get to the meat and potatoes. What are you saying?
It's the style. They only go on French fries. They do not go on hash browns,
Sir,
bro.
that's
Okay,
like
so maybe-
saying syrup doesn't go on waffles because there's ridges versus pancakes.
I think I can
No,
agree
that's-
with
that's
that
a
because
They're made
That's
in the
ketchup.
same
It's
batter.
ketchup
There's
don't go
style.
on mashed potatoes.
Yes, you can do that.
No,
eat
and
it
people
like
do
that.
that. but
Definitely
who?
can.
People do.
I do
Who put
it.
ketchup on mashed
I
potatoes.
put hot
I've
sauce
seen that.
and ketchup on
And
my
my
mashed
son does
potatoes.
that. But which is why I'm saying, I'm sorry to keep reaching over you, but that's why I'm saying it's
this
all
will be
about
my
style.
last week on
It doesn't matter. It doesn't
only-
matter that's
it's
a
in your
potato.
head.
ketchup and hot sauce.
Yeah.
And
On
mashed
potatoes? Yes.
potatoes.
I'm seeing the person
and
do it.
if they loaded,
That's my whole thing. That's my
loaded
whole, it
sour
don't-
cream, cheese,
no.
and bacon.
Ketchup does not go on
Yeah.
hash browns. Don't judge me, judge you. That's like eating cereal with a fork.
It's
Well, no.
Nah, you can't.
Nah.
No.
But
No,
I
that's
don't-
like eating cereal with chocolate milk instead of whole or 2%
and
or almond.
And one may argue it's milk. My whole argument is that it's just
It's still milk, but
it's
a
still a
hash
potato,
brown
but
is
it's
still
just-
potatoes, which
it is, but it's-
French fries
it goes
are
on-
still
but
potatoes.
it's the style.
They're both.
It's the
I think
style.
I can-
It only goes on French
I can
fries.
I don't
agree
get
with
it.
you simply because
Nope.
I'm not putting ketchup on my mashed potatoes.
Only because it's a potato. That's
Because
retarded.
it's not because it's a peeled, boiled, and mashed potato.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
can't-
style. It don't
But
go
see,
on
it
that
also-
style of a potato.
even
It
on
goes
the baked
style of
potato.
a-
I'm not putting
Who's
ketchup
this-
on the baked potato. None
I
of
don't
that.
put it on my baked potatoes, but I
I'm
put
putting
But why?
everything
It's just a
on.
potato.
I
No,
am.
it's just
Yeah, I am
no.
too.
Ketchup, hot
It's
sauce, sour
because
cream.
it
Most
depends.
definitely put it on the hash brown.
on the hash browns.
Yeah.
That's how I
Hot
eat when I
sauce
go
and
to, like,
ketchup.
That is
a breakfast spot.
Yes,
I'm
I get
asking
it
for that
loaded
sour
with green
cream.
peppers and onions.
Here's why I
Get some
brought this
grilled
up, right?
onions in
I
there.
was
And
at,
some squeezed
I was at brunch
cheese.
yesterday, and the lady I ordered breakfast, right? I had hash brown, and she
You
brought
ordered what?
ketchup, and I was just
What'd
like,
you order? What you order?
"What I'm gonna do? I ordered breakfast.
Who?
Stuff you eat in the morning."
The most important meal of the day.
You know what I mean? And she brought ketchup, and I was just like,
What do I need this for?
"What do I need?" She was like, "You make one for your hash brown. You could take this with you, man." Well, I don't. Doesn't make sense. So, carrying on. What has it been like? What is it like? My best friend is a PK. How was that? How was that? How does that go? What's life like?
Well, I would say growing up, that's all I knew. So I didn't think that anything was different or that I was living a specific life that was just so different from somebody else. I thought that everybody went to church, you know, until, you know, once you start going to school and, you know, getting older, you realize everybody don't do everything that you do. But yeah, I was very sheltered when I was younger. Getting closer to high school, that's when things definitely were. It was like a culture shock for me. Yeah, when I went to high school, I went to an all-girls school, and
You went to
I went to Detroit International Academy for Young Women. It was in the old Northern building.
yeah.
Yep, I went there, and my first day, I'll never
I was gonna say,
forget,
your old
my
school.
first day, I had dance class, and we had to go into the locker room and pick our lockers. And so I was trying to get to my locker. Well, they gave us lockers, but I was trying to find my little locker, and it was two girls right there kissing, and I was like,
Oh.
well, this is this
that would've been a culture shock for me.
you know, because I'm coming from
Solomon and Gomorrah.
She was at work. She was like,
Like, oh no, they're going straight to hell.
All on them.
definitely a
The power of Christ compels you.
Like, you know
The
what?
power of Christ compels you.
Let me pray for you. I rebuke thee. I plead the blood of
she was
Jesus.
sitting there like, "Oh, she's a little bit of honey."
Okay, definitely felt that way. And honestly, it was just like I always knew, like, you know, homosexuality existed, but it was like a dinosaur to me. Like I'd never seen it before,
it
but
was
that
like
day
right
I
in your
saw it, and
face.
I was like,
Homosexuality is like dinosaurs. It's all
Okay.
bone.
Oh.
All right, sorry, that was kind of
no, but
Be
yeah,
here all week,
that was
guys.
definitely like a big thing right there for me. So yeah, you know, growing up, you start learning things, start learning about the world, and you're like, this is completely different from what I thought it was.
Did it affect you?
I was gonna say.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
'Cause
yeah.
I feel like, and when I hear the word shelter, I don't know what that consume, like what that consists of in your world. When I hear the word shelter, I hear hidden, hide, like something that's being hidden from you, or you're being protected and you can't see it. I feel like there's a such thing as too much shelter. Like
Agree.
you ought to let your, because these kids are gonna get exposed anyways.
And she
So-
just
so-
stated she
Yeah, so some stuff is like, so to her point, I guess, like, was some of it like, ugh, this what they told me about? Or was it like, this ain't that bad?
Well, initially I was like, what? You know, like I was just confused and I was shocked. Like,
well, not with the kissing, just period.
Well, I mean, there was a lot of that going on in that school.
Yeah,
so, you know, a lot of stuff, just in general, things that I was learning about, I was just like, how did I not know this? Like, why everybody know this, you know? And I guess my initial thought was, for sure, like, all of y'all going to hell. Like, no doubt. You know, like, there's no doubt about it. And I'm not going with y'all, you know? But then I'm like, I don't know. I might want to. I might want to explore.
I want to go there.
Leave me a secret. I might be there.
And you going? What do you consist of? How hot is it?
Is it really gonna snatch your teeth out, or
T-shirt, tank top wear?
So that kind of drives me to a good point that I wanted to. It's a general question for everybody. Do you guys believe? And I'm gonna say it like this: how much can I get away with and still get into heaven or be saved?
I think when you go about it with that mentality and that thought process, you're sinning at that point. Because it's just like a relationship.
You're already
if I'm
committing.
with me and my wife, if I'm like, okay, how far can I go with somebody else before it's cheating?
You've already cheated.
You've already cheated. So yeah,
because the thought alone, it starts in the mind.
Yeah.
So once you think it, so a man thinks.
So is he. So here's why I asked that. I think it's a fun question though, because I think that sometimes, and this is my opinion, that sometimes we as people we do things and we have that mentality. That was a great example. We have that mentality of, well, if I only do it this much, I'm not under the umbrella of what I'm doing. And the crazy thing about sin is we all going to do it. That's cool. Mm-hmm. It's when you choose to live like that and be comfortable and just be like, nigga, I know this wrong. So that's when it's be like, nigga, you want to go there?
Hell yeah, you do. If you want to keep, if you want to keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah. So were there ever conflicting moments with you where it's just like, dang man, this is kind of, I'm enjoying this, and I know this is quote unquote wrong based off what I've learned, my own research, because eventually we got to get our own relationship with Christ. Mm-hmm. We got to do our own walk. Yeah. Were there ever conflicting moments where it's just like, but I'm enjoying this, whatever that may be, and I know it's wrong.
Oh yeah, I mean all the time. I mean even still now, like you know, when I was younger, I was saved. Like I spoke in tongues, 11 years old. You know baptized, all of that. So you know. Coming from that and then, you know, start learning all these different things and start participating in these different things. And I'm like, I like this a lot. And this at church is not as fun as this right here.
In the world.
So, you know, I'm thinking about I'm young. I'm trying to have fun. You know, I got all these friends. You know, I'm finally coming out my shell because I was a very shy person when I was younger.
Your voice changed, FYI, but go ahead.
But you know,
she said it could elevate a little bit.
It's a little
same note.
What is it like? Yeah, it's a little bass in there.
Even like an E sharp. It's like the same.
Especially when she was like, because it's not fun in the church. I was like, I feel you. I feel you.
Like you know, that's how I was feeling. Like, okay, I know I'm not supposed to be doing this, but you know what? Whatever. I'm young. I got time. That's definitely the thought process I had. And then also I feel like there was a little bit of anger I had a little bit because I felt like I never knew nothing. Like it's a whole world out here. And I know we're supposed to be in the world but not of the world. But I'm like, but we here though. So if we're here, I might as well, see what's going on.
Which is why I hinted at that whole shelter thing, because I feel like and it just may be a far-fetched reach, but I think it lines up. It's kind of like when people go to college. There are so many kids that go to college and never want to come home because they were sheltered for so much. And there's so much freedom that they like, nigga. And then you got people that's like sheltered at home and go to college and be like, I'm finna overindulge now. So I think it needs to just
dropped
be
out. And
there needs to be a fair balance of exposure and shelter. Because
my only pushback is I believe everything has its everything works best within what it's supposed to work in its environment. I agree. So I use this analogy. Say I was to take off all my clothes right now and start washing up.
All right.
Outside the shower, that's wrong.
Yeah. Without water,
Me
that's
doing
wrong,
that
nigga.
outside its environment, it becomes wrong.
That's
So
a
with that being
beautiful
said,
analogy.
me exposing my child to something outside of that environment that they're supposed to be in, it's wrong. That's why it's a thing called pedophilia. Me expose, it's like, oh, well, they gonna be grown one day.
Right. So then watching
no,
all
no.
the sex scenes.
You know what I mean? So
You know-
it's stuff like that to where it's like, yeah, is there a thing of being too sheltered? I do believe that in a sense.
It needs to be a fair balance, though.
Depending on the situation,
I get it.
me.
Because that's how, like, when we were growing up, like, if a movie had that type of scene in it, we either had to leave the room, you know, like.
No, I grew up retarded. I used to be in the room with these niggas, my brothers, and I couldn't watch like Friday after next and next Friday, so I had to turn and face the wall. But I heard everything.
How old was you next Friday? Friday after next? Nigga?
Man, it was retarded, bro.
It was your own decision by then.
But you got to think,
Shelter,
them,
nigga.
well,
Shelter
yeah.
don't got no age.
In a,
Facts.
but
That's why I say I think it needs to be a. And it's funny you say this, nigga, because we're gonna go back to a couple episodes when we were talking about our boys.
Yeah.
And we were talking about exposing them to certain things,
Yeah.
not exposing them. Nigga, you ain't had that same energy. Now
I
you
do-
agreeing with me. Now,
I'm literally saying the same thing.
all right. But I'm agreeing with you though that it should be a fair balance. Like exposing you to certain things just because
or not,
it's
and-
inevitable for you to not face that down the
And
road.
not
You go and see
necessarily-
that. Whatever that may be.
but
Yeah.
not necessarily exposing, but just maybe even just a basic explanation.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, so it's like you don't have to put on a video or, you know, but
Yeah.
just to explain that
When it's
things
warranted,
of
though,
life
like you
is
said.
When
you
it's
know,
warranted.
When it's warranted.
And I
Right.
also look at it in a sense too,
You
as
just
a
wake up
parent.
and just be like, "This is sex." Wait a minute, hold on.
Yeah.
nigga.
But
So-
and that's what they're trying to do now. In
That's
school
what. So
with
that's what a
5
lot
and
of people are doing
6-year-olds.
now. But
Like, why is there in sex ed?
as a
Like,
parent now, I understand that growing up, a lot of times parents don't understand like the switch, where it's like, okay, how do I navigate the different changes of my child?
yep, because as they
So
mature,
you know what I mean. So we're now, I see my son as a baby, and he's gonna always be my baby.
but now
But
he's
this nigga got a deep voice now, so it's like,
right. He coming
how
into
do I
puberty, like
navigate
how-
that shift in a sense to where it's like, oh, we can't, I can't coddle him like that no more.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he may be. Let me have a conversation with him now to where it's like, I'd rather you learn the right way of doing something than learning from somebody the wrong way, and now you fall into this thing.
Well, and I always credit my mom. I always tell this story, bro. I think my mom is dope. But she had sat me down one day, and she was like, literally, she was like, I know that you're going to do it, so I'm going to tell you how to do it. Roll your own shit, buy your own shit.
Yep.
Pour your own
Pour
drink.
your own.
Don't come back to the same cup.
If you,
You know what I'm
walk
saying?
away,
You walk away from getting a new cup. And that, it taught me, I know that you're gonna be faced with these things. Least I can do is just tell you how to do it. Because I know you're going to do it.
give you a blueprint, a little guideline.
Yeah, and I'm not saying every parent got to do that. It's just to the point of certain exposures and sheltering. I think it's a fair balance.
Yeah.
You know what I
And
mean?
most
Like,
people
to
don't
me-
want
And at
to
that time, I
have
wasn't
that
doing nothing.
conversation.
I wasn't doing nothing, but I was around. She knew I was around it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, well, I don't care. And then when I finally indulged in those things, I remembered what she had taught me.
Yeah.
And then
Who
when you
cup is
see
this?
stuff too,
Yeah, let me get a new one, nigga. Hit this, bro. Who rolled that up, nigga? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So,
yeah.
who's the preacher, pastor, mom, dad?
Oh, both of my parents, my mom and my dad. Mhm.
Okay, got you.
Whole ministerial.
Yeah. You didn't have a
yeah.
shot.
She
You didn't have a shot.
at
baby.
all.
Well, I
Getting
told
it
her she
from
couldn't
both-
watch BET. Well, if that's what your mother says.
Yep. But my mom sent me and my sister to school with this piece of paper. We was in dance class. Sent us to school with a piece of paper that said we could not dance to secular music, you know, and
Wow.
we balled that paper up and threw
Okay,
it in the trash.
that teacher never saw that.
We was like,
Wow.
yeah, no, we're not doing
Girl,
that
you
this
look
year.
good. I want you back.
Wait,
dancing.
I'm even surprised that
The
y'all were allowed
99
to
and
do
2000.
dance.
Yeah, well, you know,
It was like,
it depended on where it was coming from. Like that was like that wasn't actually school. That was like a summer camp program.
Okay.
And then we also did like African dance, stuff like that. But like anything where it's like hip hop for sure, or like rap music, or like R&B, like we're not doing that.
You said my baby will not be out here twerking.
So what's your stand in life now? Far as belief, far as do's and don'ts, exposure, shelter. What do you stand now?
Well, I am a believer of Christ. That has not changed. That is something that I have wavered with just learning about different religions. Also learning more about the Bible. I had a lot of indifferences. I didn't like certain things that I read in the Bible. You know, the patriarchy, the sexism, you know, those type of things really just makes me angry. So I just... You know, those type of things do kind of mess me up inside. But I do think to myself, well, we all pick and choose what we decide to follow in the Bible. That's everybody, you know. So I don't have to, you know, make myself small or, you know, be this, you know, wear this skirt all the way down to my ankles. But I feel like I'm a believer of Christ. I love God. That will never change. That's something that was instilled in me. It's definitely something that I really know personally. Like my spiritual connection, you know, is definitely connected to God. As far as the ritualistic part of it, I don't be going to church. I just started kind of going to church a little bit during the week, and I've been enjoying it. But I am the type of person that's probably not going to be going to church every Sunday for the rest of my life. I did that for
she said I've had
years.
my fair share.
I think I'm
What Steve Harvey say? I'd rather go to hell.
I'd rather go to hell.
Because going to heaven is just too damn hard.
No,
you gotta work.
I know that y'all talked about that. I did, you know, see that. And I was like, you know, I liked when y'all talked about when 2 or 3 are gathered together, like, why are we coming together? And I guess in my head, I'm always like, it just depends on the church, because if 2 or 3 are gathered together, what are we gathering together for? Because if I come into some mess, I'm going to want to leave, you know, like that's just how I am. And it's not leave the church in general, but, you know, I'm going to go to another place.
So this is my best analogy to kind of answer that, in my opinion. You ever been, you didn't really have a lot of money, maybe like $5 or $10, but you're hungry, also need some gas, chop it up with your friends, end up scooping her up or him up. He got about $5 or $10 too, but he hungry too, or she hungry too. 5 or 10 together, y'all got a whole meal plus a little drink or something if you want to. That's the necessity of church. I'm going through this. I'm struggling with this. I feel this way. I get there. Same similarities. We get together. Now that prayer is stronger. It's louder. You know what I'm saying? So I believe that it's a necessity for the building, it's a necessity for the building, for the congregation, but the saints messy, I know. But if you read the Bible, it's a little messy too.
So my only pushback to that is people are messy.
Yep.
In general, people are messy.
Yep. No matter where you go, believer, non-believer,
wherever you go, it's gonna be somebody just doing too much.
Why we gotta sing this song every week?
It's always gonna be somebody. You mean just doing too much? Like that's just what it is. You know what I mean? So that will be my only pushback to that, to where it's like not just putting it in this box of, oh, church people are messy. And I know you're not saying that, but people say that. Church people are messy. Well, niggas is messy.
Yeah. But it's like...
And if you read the word long enough, nigga, the word is messy. Which is why I said that. It was
right. It was messiness going on.
And my point of saying that is there's a necessity for mess because there's a necessity for Jesus.
Right.
Yeah.
If we didn't have mess, bro, it wouldn't be no point of God. But what's the point of somebody coming to clean something up and die for us?
If it's nothing to clean up.
If it's clean and it's perfect. So that's all my take on that. And I'm not trying to impose my thinking on you.
I definitely understand.
But I can also understand being a PK. I ain't going. Why? Because I just don't want to. I just feel like going to brunch. on a Sunday.
Or sleeping.
She said about her sleeping. My ears start ringing. I'm sorry.
But I like what you said too, though.
Somebody talking about you?
Is that what that means?
It's a superstition.
That's an old stupid.
I don't know.
Stevie
It
Wonder
just
said
started ringing
superstition ain't the way.
I don't know. It just started ringing. That was weird.
Well, answer it.
Yeah.
I'm on the road, boy.
You on the
Be
stool,
here all
though.
week. Hey, we both got came back with one.
I love what you said though about the rituals, which is why I asked where do you stand now, because some of those, it's a great word, rituals is just like I go to hell for wearing jewelry.
Just keep
I
going.
bet you did.
No. Keep going. No.
You good?
I said
ritual.
You stepped in and just keep. If you keep going,
You know what I'm saying? What
I know what you're saying.
Just roll with it. Just roll with
Come
it.
back next week.
Just roll with it.
We'll even have a seat for you.
Y'all are
Be
hilarious.
1, 2, 3. Y'all are stressing me out, bro.
So my thing with that is I believe the old church, and not even the old church, the generation before us, they were so infatuated and fixated on fixated and infatuated. They with the methods of how God did things. And it's like instead of being so focused on that, they lost a lot of people.
Yeah.
In religion. You know what I mean? Because it's like they were so it was like really taught to them like to be very, very religious.
Yeah.
They were focused on the lifestyle.
Yeah. How it looked.
Lifestyle. The aesthetics of Christianity is what I call it.
Yeah.
You like how it looks. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No.
It tugs at my heart, man, because they're infatuated with the aesthetics of Christianity.
Yeah.
I sit on the 3rd or 5th row. I'm at choir rehearsal. I can go into pastor's office and I know him personally, and I be watching his kid. So what?
Ain't gonna get
And
you no further.
Be struggling
Yo,
with that spiritual connection
but
the
so-
whole time.
Because you don't got no
but you
personal
want to make
relationship.
sure you look good.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
Aesthetics I got a problem with that. And to your point, we lose babes in Christ because of that.
Because now
not even just babes though.
It's literally like if I was to get into a relationship with my wife when we first started dating, and without us beginning to know one another, she just hands me a paper of the do nots. This is what you can't do.
Learn it.
Take it back, and I'll go.
Yeah, I'm going my other way.
That's fire, bro.
So, and that's what the church did a lot, and a lot of time I don't give them a bad rap in a sense, because I always look at it as you only know what you know.
You only know
what you know. A lot of them
and
be
don't
growing
find out
up.
for yourself.
A lot of them people they didn't know how to read.
Yeah.
So I'm just
Word
gonna
of
go
mouth
off
is how
what he
they-
said.
Yep.
Oh, he said this. Well,
And
it
never,
must be so.
it must be
never
true.
have
And I'm never
have a personal relationship.
I'm not going back
Question.
into
I
reading it.
never
Why
have
do
to
I have to
question
read
it.
it? Because he said it. He said
already
it to
told
me.
it. He already told it to me.
Regurgitated information.
That's all it is. And a lot of times now it's literally like it's that it was an experiment done or whatever like that. What is it? A social experiment where one person started off saying, "Hey, my Oreo cookies is in the box." By the time it got to
Telephone.
30%, it's like
The
I
Oreos
didn't
that
even
fell
say
outside.
the Oreo cookie in the box is
They
not
eat
even a
chocolate
thing.
chips now by the time.
Right.
Yeah. So now
whole
it's
cookie
something.
They
is-
baked it instead of.
It's something totally different. So you know what I mean? Like with that, you know what I mean? We lost a lot of people.
Yeah, that's good, bro.
Dealing with that. You know what I mean? Like they have the old saying, you can't skin a cat before you catch him. You know what I mean? To where it's like, why are we skinning it?
Right.
Why we skinning the cat?
What are we doing with the? What
And
You know what I mean? So why are we supposed to be skinning the cat? I don't think this cat supposed to be
can't be
skinned.
scared of it. I don't think that's the wrong animal.
I think that it's actually that's actually a beautiful beautiful analogy and everything, bro.
What?
You know, sin make you dumb, y'all.
I was about to say, now we probably not skinning the cat, but
You go up there on each one.
You gonna get you a General Chow.
you gonna get a General Chow.
Yeah. I have a question. And what was your reason? What was your initial reason why you left the church?
Well, I would say my initial reason was, I would say my real reason, because even with, you know, doing my own thing, partying, having fun, you know, with my friends, I was still going to church, you know. I was going to, you know, some of my friends' churches, you know, singing on the praise team, all of that, you know. But I stopped going to church because
that hangover
I was with somebody at the time, and I wanted them to come to church with me. But he just wasn't having it. And it was just easier for me to just, you know, chill at home. So, you know, I was just like, okay. And then I started liking, you know, I got my whole weekend. I don't got to go to church. I can chill. I can go out on Saturday, recover on Sunday, back to work on Monday. You know, like it was just, you know,
that's
easy.
super transparent.
So, I mean, that was the real reason. It wasn't necessarily, I didn't realize what made me so happy about not really going until like I got into that, like the relaxation, the not having to deal with stairs, not having to deal with people, you know.
Nigga didn't want to walk up the stairs.
I gotta park and walk up the stairs. I'm backslide because I don't want to walk up no stairs.
I gotta park and walk up the stairs. I'm straight.
Jesus, you give me a church where I can just walk straight in there.
That's the problem with churches now. They got ramps, stairs. That's the problem now. What happened to the one-story churches?
I gotta sit in the chair.
Ranch down.
What are churches with no chairs at? I don't want to sit down.
That is not what I said.
I'd rather go to hell.
I'm talking about people staring at me.
Oh, the stairs.
I got you.
Okay.
Carry on.
Very
This is
childish.
good. Go on with your short story.
You know, you doing better than me.
It's your story, sis. You right.
See,
Y'all,
the power of
I cannot-
perception.
I can't take it. But like people looking at me, you know,
I know what you mean.
judgmental looks, you know, the
You are
you know,
In my
private
mind, I just said she ain't coming back
conversations,
here.
stuff like that.
We got 3 steps.
I watch y'all, so I know. I watch y'all.
Oh, y'all didn't tell me it was stairs.
I ain't tell me we was gonna be exercising
I thought I was
today.
just coming to talk. I could have just wore my compressions if I know.
After 8 years in the military, I really do try not to go
You
nowhere
stay.
where I gotta stand up, where I gotta be walking for long.
I have had
You was a real army in the
a real soldier.
army of the Lord.
I can't take it.
So she put on the whole armor of God and her armor.
No, that's a very transparent moment though. That and I want to drive there now. That the influence of who we date can deter us, and the lack of being. And I'm saying this respectfully, but at that moment there was a lack of boldness on your half.
Yeah.
You wasn't bold like, no nigga, I believe
Right.
this. I stand on this.
I'm going.
I'm
not.
going with or without. And we sometimes as believers lack that boldness. No, fam, I do believe in Jesus.
Yeah.
I do believe in the camaraderie of church. I do believe in the festivities of me personally. I'm not going to 5 services on Sunday. You get a good 2 out of me. And that's pushy. You know,
I'm about to say push you too.
But Sunday morning, I see you.
But we did used to have 2 every
I know,
Sunday.
and I
2
skip
services?
every
Yes.
Sunday.
So we had
We didn't have 2 every
Then,
Sunday.
wait,
It
but
was
then
like
then we
twice
ended
out
up
the
getting
month.
3. So when
We did like
had
twice out
our
the month.
second,
Second
so
and- second
the
and fourth.
founder, we had 2
and
services.
then 5th will be youth service.
His grandson came and became our pastor.
I feel like this is we one.
We had 3
Niggas just want us to pay
a
tithe.
7. You had a 7 a.m. for the people that had to work, so they could still go to church at 7 a.m. Then you had the regular 11 a.m. Then it got
had
changed to 10:30,
Yep.
and then
2 or 3 or something.
we
like
had night service. But then
Oh,
they
yeah,
cut
for
out
sure.
night service.
that. Yeah.
The pastor we have now,
I feel like that'd be.
he not a all day
I feel like when
churcher.
they
So
do
we
that- when
we
preachers
about to
do that-
have one this coming month, but we don't.
It's
do
a high
it.
DTE bill when they do that. Need y'all to come on back at 3 o'clock. You gotta come on and praise the Lord.
No, definitely.
Just take my $5 now, fam. I got 5 on it.
Nigga.
I went to the bathroom once to service. I
Only
ain't even used
flush
the light.
once. I ain't used that much water.
I pissed in the dark. I didn't even turn the light on.
Wait,
I actually pee on the floor, so I ain't use water either.
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't even wash my
I
hands.
never washed my hands, so
Hand sanitizer. So I really.
take this little $7.
I think you owe me something, man.
Right.
I remember one day
I'm in the negative now because
I fell off the front porch of the church and I asked pastor for my tires back.
first of all,
I said I need reimbursement.
what did you trip over your words?
No, nigga, you remember
Over his tongue.
Oh, he was talking. He slipped on his spit. It was,
Pastor like, no, nigga. The tongue cut like a two-edged sword. It just cut you short this time.
I'm sorry.
Y'all are funny.
You left it wide open.
now hiring text hour HOUR to 248. You need a resume and a customer service experience. That's it. That's all you need. And a reliable transportation.
That's funny.
And half on the bill.
Yeah. Your portion.
Amount to be it will be we'll talk about it when you get here.
I'm sorry.
Second interview.
You
Yeah.
left that
Where
one
was
open.
you driving to, B?
I was sitting. No, I was just at
He
a
asked
funny
for his
moment.
tires back.
I was
Okay.
sitting on the
He tried to renege on the
on
Lord.
the handicap ramp, and I was just sitting there. I was arguing with that 3:00 in the morning.
Oh, so you was all in the wrong.
All the way.
You was all in the
And
wrong.
I was mad, and I leaned on the thing, and nigga, I fell straight back, bro.
Yeah, you know you lost that argument, right? Yeah, you lost that argument.
It was,
Oh,
it was
the
at
full
that very
argument.
moment that I knew
That you realized you.
take your ass to church and praise the Lord.
At that
Okay.
moment, you
Come
gotta
back
get
in the
up so
building.
mad.
Just go lay on the altar at that
You
point.
either gotta never talk again or just get up and ready to fight.
And fight the air.
Who pushed me?
But see, that's what happened when you doing something you ain't no business. You
Yeah.
shouldn't have been up there on
Yeah,
that
you
on
did
that
wrong.
ledge.
You're right. No, I appreciate your transparent moments, though, man. But again, I originally was driving to just the lack of boldness as we lack as believers, that we allow our friends and those who don't necessarily agree or associate in our beliefs, we allow them to dictate how bold we are. What does bold mean? How loud we are, how boisterous we are, how firm we stand on what we believe in. You know what I mean?
But that's where also unequally yoked ties into.
Yeah.
It's not just a relationship as in man and woman type. Like it's
business,
friendship,
it's fun.
business,
Yeah,
all of that. Like if non-believers
either pulled or being
and-
pulled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always look at that.
I
You
used to
either
struggle
pulled or
with
being
that
pulled.
in school, though. Like, I would not say grace over my food because I didn't want people to watch
I
me
was
praying
always
over my
praying.
food. So I'm just indulging in food, and it's just like,
Nigga, you know better.
yeah, it's like, but then it's also like stupid. Like, why not? What do you?
Well, that's because it was. Well, I mean, growing up, people
It was frowned upon.
but it was always you the church boy, you the
Yeah.
church girl, and it's like in our head, it's like, dang, why I can't be? See, I'm labeled as
Yeah,
the
it's like a
church,
negative
but
thing.
it's like I'm down. And it's like it's.
But then be the
as you
same
get
niggas that be
older-
there when they boyfriend break their heart.
Yeah, or the same ones that know that you pray and will ask you to pray for them.
And stop telling people they got on church clothes. Nigga, they are dress clothes. Or you got on them church socks. Nigga, these are dress socks.
I can wear these to a wedding.
I can wear
Nigga, I can wear these to a wedding, to a funeral, to everywhere. These are
a bar
dress clothes.
mitzvah.
You said you had church
I
clothes?
had church clothes and church clothes only.
She said
was it.
She said she was at school with skirts on to her
Look, we had
ankles.
uniforms, so I was.
Somehow your
my mama
mama
used to buy
figured
me
out a
those.
way to make that uniform.
My mama used to buy me them dragon shirts from Shoppers World on the second floor.
Oh no, my mama wouldn't do me like that. Nah,
Oh
nigga.
yeah.
Oh, I hated that.
Yeah,
That's why I
yeah,
didn't want to
yeah.
go to church.
It was the silky, the
Goddamn
little,
dragon.
it was like polyester
Yeah.
blend.
I don't understand why church people love that
And she
dragon
would buy
shirt
me-
because
she
it
would
look like
buy them.
hell.
I don't
Yeah.
remember that time.
There was like blue, red,
That wasn't in my
orange.
time frame.
How old are you?
I'm 28.
Okay. Because you said how long has Northern been closed?
Northern was closed for a minute.
Yeah, she said, I'm like, damn.
No, I don't know about those shirts.
Northern been a girls' school for a long.
Well, they moved from that school actually recently, so.
But it was, it's been a girls' school for a while.
2008.
But you don't know about this because you're a girl though, so you're not gonna wear them shirts.
Yeah, I didn't know nothing about those
But
shirts.
shopperwear was lit. Just not them dragon shirts. I hated that heifer for
I
that.
remember them dragon shirts.
Oh, I hated that heifer for
They
that.
look like Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they came with Pokemon cards. Well, this shirt, here's a Blastoise.
Asher. Wasn't that his name?
Hey, so is there for everybody, man? I'm kind of coming on y'all, kind of asking y'all to open y'all front door. Is there anything, or has there been anything you just don't want to let go, but you know it don't line up with the lifestyle? I'll go first.
Okay.
To break the ice.
Okay.
I struggled with pornography for a long time, and it started trickling down. I ain't married, so I ain't supposed to have sex anyways, right? But it started trickling down to sex, because you got to think when you masturbate, right? You're just going for a quick. It's just a quick sensation.
Yeah.
So when you start having sex, it's just a quick sensation, and it's just like there's no intimacy in it. You know what I'm saying? Then it's like
telling on itself.
Every woman, real talk though, and every woman you see, she naked.
I'm like 3 seconds in, and it's like,
yeah, that's it.
I love you, babe.
Thank you so much.
I'm sorry. You know a nigga did wrong. He said, I'm sorry.
Let yourself
sorry.
out. Are you spending the night?
You want some juice?
or every woman I see, she already naked.
Yeah.
There was no, so it was I struggled with that for a long time, bro.
Yeah.
It's just like, first of all, it don't line up with the lifestyle. Second of all, nigga, it's tainting just your regular life, bro. So, yeah, man, I thank God for that type of deliverance.
That's something I talk to like teenagers and kids and stuff about.
I got horny
like,
boys now, and
yeah, how pornography is like
dangerous, bro.
It really like rots your brain type of thing.
Yeah.
Like, especially when it comes into encounter a woman like
real, because that's how they think. Like, that's
yeah,
not how it's.
Yeah.
Now you put
like,
her lens where it don't go. Cause you
her.
Her,
like she's
nigga.
always supposed to be in this performance state to where it's like,
that
she's a performer.
Right.
Nigga, she's a
This
CNA.
is like, this, she's she know her limits. This was getting paid to go to the extreme.
Their performance too.
I got one.
You can resuscitate anything.
She brought anything back to life. Right. We're on round 3.
Revive it.
He lived. No, I'm sorry. I'm going there. You want
Yes,
to
you are.
No, but so it really makes
dangerous,
you,
bro.
Yeah, like your view of women is so crazy or whatever like that. Like to where you're supposed to be ready at just on a snap. Mm-hmm. When I'm ready, you got to go, and it's like you can't go into a relationship, let alone a marriage,
thinking
with
that's how
that
it's supposed to
thought, because you're gonna have problems.
Dangerous, bro.
You're gonna have problems.
Dangerous.
You know what I mean? So, but what was your question again? I'm sorry.
It has there, or is there anything you guys just were comfortable with, and it didn't line up with the lifestyle, but you just didn't want to let it go? That was something that I struggled with for a long time, and I thank God, literally, bro, that I'm just like, it's like a person that quit smoking cigarettes, like, ugh, you do what? That's how I feel about it. Like, be careful, nigga.
Yeah,
because that's like stroking different people, having sex with different people.
Yep.
You could be with this person. Shout out to Reverend James Hayes, man. Always told me this, bro. Mm-hmm. You could be with one person, think about another person to get off because them soul ties, bro. Yeah. That shit is dangerous, man.
Yeah,
dangerous. So that's the question, though.
I can't really think of anything. I don't know. I can't really think of nothing. I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I
appreciate that transparency too.
It ain't. I don't. It ain't. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't. For one, I don't like to be addicted to nothing. So whenever I feel like, okay, I've been kind of indulging in this too much, I equate everything to a crackhead. Serious. I'm serious.
I thought he was gonna say gay. They
No.
always say gay.
Right. Even like a crackhead nigga turned gay for that crack. So I think of that like, hey, if I can do this, if I can't stop, I'll get nigga head just to get it. Like, no, I try to get on nigga head because I don't want it that bad.
I don't want it that bad.
Yeah. Where's this gonna take me? Yeah. So it's like I really try to be very conscious in what I'm doing so I don't really get attached to so much stuff and be addicted to it.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I hope somebody else got something. I didn't put myself way out
I would
there.
really have to.
Well, I have nothing. Whoop. That nigga
Maybe I don't.
Right.
I don't know. Honestly, it's really. I had to really sit down and think about it.
Past tense, present tense.
I won't say that I
Present
necessarily
tense,
had
present
that. No, like, but I kind of the same with you. Like, at one point, it was like watching porn was just like watching regular TV, and it was like that's not healthy.
Wait.
4 times a day, nigga.
Like watching, like
You're not
it's,
even
it
horny.
was
You
like
just, what are you doing?
you
Wait,
just turn
girls?
it on. What?
What? the biggest, bro. They are the biggest
That is
masturbators,
the very. I
bro.
don't think that's.
I'm sorry to offend you. Like, Jesus Christ. Smoke ass sister. Where did that come from?
All that nigga say, ugh.
He's like, wait, girls, what? Like,
You about to smack me or something?
well, no, because she was about to ask
I was
her
just
question,
thinking,
like,
was you about to ask, do girls not
watch
you know,
porn?
like,
Or-
come on now.
He's implying that, like, and I'm saying, nigga, they are the biggest masturbators and watch porn, bro.
but it was like,
To the point they don't even. Nigga, I don't need you. That's why it's so hard. That's
well,
different.
no,
conversation.
nah,
No,
never.
but I'm saying, but there are women that
There's
no,
never-
No, I'm not
there's-
saying not needed, but there are women, and I
There's
don't want to go there.
no, there are women
They
that
masturbate
feel that.
so much, it's hard to please them
You can't.
because
and-
she know how to do it in 17 seconds, nigga.
But I think
I
that's
need
for
you
all
for.
people. I don't necessarily think it's just a woman or a man. I just think that's all people.
What you
But
mean?
I think
that
as far as
masturbation, like that's
Oh, yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah. For sure.
everybody's masturbating, everybody's watching porn. You know, like
but I
it's
think
not,
he means as far as like toy wise,
Yeah,
men
like
don't
women,
have
We don't got if a nigga got toy
the variety like a woman
Right.
would have. So it's like,
Yeah.
What toys
I
besides
don't
like a
know.
ring or something? But other
but I'm
than
saying,
that,
but no,
what?
they have a new.
I thought Vaseline was the toy for me, nigga. Only
like
toy that
I
I know,
see, like
nigga.
they have this new.
Oh, talking about women?
No, for guys.
Oh,
For guys.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
It's like-
yeah. I know exactly what you're talking
but
about. I know exactly what you're talking about.
For girls,
There's plenty of things.
literally
Yeah.
underwear that y'all can control to make a girl.
Yeah, it's for y'all. It's y'all market for sure.
Yeah,
You know,
for
so
sure.
it's
It's
like-
definitely catered to y'all.
But that porn is.
But yeah, to
dangerous,
just watch it like it was just is nothing, and then it's like
You've been delivered.
yeah,
too.
it was yeah.
Praise God. Thank you. Now let me bear with myself.
So I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. I think with me, because I thought you were saying like something like recent.
I said
Right.
present
You
or-
said that after you gave your thing.
No, I
So
said it
right.
We're gonna
So
rewind it. I'm going Bet Dollar.
sure.
Bet Dollar. I said it multiple times.
Okay. After you,
I said it initially.
after initial thing, you asked the question, you gave your point, and then you.
I said it initially.
Okay, we shook on it, so I want my dollar, nigga. I want it all pennies. I'm gonna make it very
You gonna
difficult.
be like that,
The
like that
crazy
bag.
thing is, I have them in our
Hey,
opinion.
give it to me.
All right, well, pause.
Yeah. thank you.
Oh, where you want it?
That's what he's about to ask next.
And that's this week on our Brain Podcast.
How does it feel?
It's that gay nigga watching, like, they getting gayer and gayer.
Yes, it's coming out.
It's that apple pie nigga watching.
I'm like, they say
apple
something
pie
about gay
nigga.
people every week.
I knew it.
I knew it. Like they just waiting to say it.
Nah, but I think with me it was women, like dealing with like you know what I mean, just like
Hormones
Oh,
is what they call it, huh?
you had a lust for women.
yeah. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well,
If you want to jump
I
into
mean,
this,
I would say I don't think that there's anything that I wouldn't give up. I would definitely say that there were things that I struggled with for sure. Definitely drinking.
Stairs.
Like, you know, stairs. If any of my
any type of stairs.
See this, they gonna be like stairs running, standing,
downstairs, upstairs, escalators, elevators.
She's like, just give me a hover ride. I don't want to utilize my legs for nothing.
Facts. But definitely drinking. Like, you know, when I started drinking, one of my friends went to college. She went to Wayne State when we first turned 18. We was out of high school, and I went to Wayne State too, but I didn't go there. I was just always there. Always at all the parties. People knew me because I was, you know, just partying, having fun, and I was drinking so much to where it was like a normal everyday thing. And in 2017, I remember I was working at this little bra shop, and I would take a couple shots before work, go to work, everything's all good, you know. And then 2018 happened, and I moved out of Detroit to Roseville.
Let me just like try to stay.
I ain't got nowhere for real, but
just went across 8 miles.
But thank you for that. That's a big difference. I'm from the D. You are from across over there, nigga.
I moved, and I didn't want to move, but I moved, and I started like thinking about what I wanted to do with my life, and something in my spirit was like, this drinking gotta stop. Like, baby, you drinking all by yourself. You know, you hanging with yourself with this bottle and your music, and you drinking too much. You tired. You sick. What is it in you that's making you do this? So when I started to evaluate myself, what was that extra drinking coming from? What was all of that coming from? It was coming from loneliness. It was coming from a place of, wanting to be on a high all the time, because if I looked at myself, looked at my issues, then I had to face everything. And I wasn't about to do that. So, once I got to that place, I was like, okay, we gonna scale it back. We're gonna take a moment. And I started just, working on me, focusing on my healing. What are the things that are bothering me on the day-to-day that makes me go for a drink?
Wow, that's dope.
So, once I started doing that, that wasn't an issue for me. I actually went a long time without drinking, and a lot of my friends were very shocked. But, yeah, that was something that I definitely dealt with. But one thing I did want to say, there's one thing that I feel like I am not going to waver on, I would say, as far as giving up, is I don't think that I can marry somebody. If we can go to counseling, we're going to go over finances, we're going to go over our mental health, we're going to go over all these things, but we're not going to have sex before we get married. I can't. That's something I feel like I cannot do. That's how I feel. I don't want to. I can't do that. That's just me. That's something that I don't want to be surprised. I don't want to be shocked in a bad way. No, seriously.
Now,
I don't want to be let down.
But this is a way to think about it as well, though. Coming from a person who is dating.
Ain't getting none.
First of all, because it's a choice.
I respect it.
But
her vagina in the trunk. Let me go get my vagina. Hold on.
I'm gonna put you in the trunk and take you down by the legs. What is wrong with them?
Damn, just mine. I done grabbed her over.
It didn't even fit.
I need a new one.
I done grabbed her old coochie.
WD-40 back there.
Can you imagine grabbing her old coochie?
Oh my God.
What if you grabbed her old
I wouldn't have more than one in my trunk. I don't need nobody else's.
What if y'all all spent the night at each other's house and y'all all took y'all coochies off at the same time? Put them in the same drawer.
Put them in the same drawer.
Shuffle them up.
Like,
I'm like, close your eyes and just blindly.
Girl, what you doing? I think you on your period. How you know? I got your vagina. Girl, check in your bathroom. I think I left my coochie over there.
Y'all are sick. Y'all are really sick.
You gotta walk around like you're cycling for no reason. That's not even your time. She up there gets with your coochie.
She running up the miles on yours. Hey, at least you ain't gotta worry about it. Y'all are hell.
You on your period again? I grabbed her over.
Somebody got a fresh start.
You got right, okay, a do-over. But that used to be my thing.
Oh, that's funny.
Where it was like, I don't know if I could trust that.
Yeah.
But then actually going through it and really praying about it honestly, and I know the Lord not gonna give me nothing that's not for me.
She's asking.
That's a hell of a belief. Faith.
She got faith in God.
So in my
"That ain't my
mind,
faith."
like, I'm already
Be a good
in-
penis, Lord. Be a good penis.
and you should pray for that.
But
That's
because,
if you're
but
marrying
that's how.
somebody.
But that's in. So I have
Be a
faith
curve
that
guy. Be
I
a
won't-
curve guy.
I won't have a problem. I won't have a problem with that.
No, here's what I like to say to the audience, man. That I don't either agree or disagree, but the importance of that topic, that conversation, is whatever you believe, there's a lifestyle that goes with it. Mm-hmm. So, to some people in that belief, sex before marriage doesn't line up with the lifestyle. To some people, it's like, excuse me, I'm already saved, I already confessed, I served the nigga, I live right. It don't matter. So it all depends on what, you know what I'm saying? If you like opening your tools drawer before you buy it and trying the screwdriver out, cool.
And I'm not saying try every one. I'm just saying if this is something,
If it's working.
if this is a serious thing, what do you do if you're not gonna, have sex? Then what do you do to know something? Because people are saying, like, I don't really know how Christians date because I don't think I've dated a serious Christian ever.
Okay.
But
that's
so I don't really know.
It don't look like nothing though.
Because I know my parents. Now I know they met in the church. It wasn't no sex. I know it wasn't. They had their kids after they got married.
Mm-hmm.
So
they were strictly.
My thought process is, now that I'm like not that type of Christian where I was just, stuck like in that, lifestyle up until, I got married or up until I found somebody, like, I don't see myself doing that.
So my personal belief, the Bible tells us to study to show ourselves approved, right?
Okay.
And he's telling us, hey, get in the word, study me, meet me, talk to me. I take that word study though, and I flip it. And I say, live to show yourself approved, right?
Okay.
Live this lifestyle to show yourself approved. Don't have sex before marriage to show yourself approved. Learn how to articulate your words and stop cursing like a sailor on a daily basis to show yourself approved. Treat people right and talk to people nice to show yourself approved. It's a lifestyle. So I think it's really just an ultimate. Does that make sense though?
No, that makes sense.
And I'm not rebuttaling you. I'm just giving my opinion.
No, that's good.
I think it's just a way of God saying, hey, if you do rock with me like you say you do, show me. Wait for this. Wait for this. Live like this.
So be like Shay. You gotta trust the guy. Got a package for you.
I'm serious.
Also
I've had enough.
Because almost, and I'm
my
done after
pushback
this.
to that.
One of my favorite. It says when a man finds a wife, right, he finds a good thing. That ain't my best part though. He obtains favor. So to me, what that means is just saying, hey, the Lord is just saying, hey man, all them desires, everything you've been waiting on, everything you've been showing yourself faithful for and living and studying and show yourself approved, here, it's yours.
Yeah.
Tenfold, bro. Your favorite. I bless. Now I can go home and be like, Lord, I just did a 12-hour shift. Help me to stroke my wife. I can't wait to pray that prayer.
So
that's just my
I'm going to speak to that, and then I'm going to give my pushback. You're speaking from the man's perspective, though. Because, right. She's speaking from a female perspective, where it's like the Bible saying you obtain favor and all that good stuff. She like, hey, like, is he? He's going to enjoy it.
But I feel like there's so much more
So listen, check me out.
dialogue,
Check me out.
Got you.
So I feel like I'm not making an excuse. I've been with my wife since 8th grade. We got married young and all that good stuff. I had sex with her before we got married. I'm going to say that. Do I understand what you're saying? A sense of I need to know what's going on before
I make this commitment.
Before I make this commitment.
I understand it as well.
However,
it changes after you get married.
You consistently change.
Of course.
Your body change, your wants change, your desires change. So my thing is, you have sex with this person beforehand, and the initial sex is good. Mm-hmm. Does that equate to 5 years? You can't see 5 years down the road to where now your body change and that little move he do.
Can't do
right?
Because when
I can't do that no more.
Because when you fucking with me, the first 2 times is gonna be golden. After that, you get what I feel. I done gave you the best of me.
You already
love me.
You
love me already.
So no. I understand.
And
I understand what you're saying.
I would never try to change nobody else's mind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I definitely understand that. Of course, we all change. Everybody's body changes. Health and all of that. But I don't know. It's just the way that I view it. Like, we got to do all this other stuff, or we get to, experience all these things together, except for that and living together. Yeah. It's just like,
I don't disagree at all, though.
Like, because I was going to marry my ex-boyfriend. I was in there, okay? But we lived together. And when we lived together, I was like, this is not going to last. Like, I knew it. Within a couple months, I knew it. So, like, and we were already together for a few years. Now, mind you, I was also very young then. I was like 18.
Yeah.
So, that was a difference too. We were growing up together and also growing apart at the same time.
Yeah.
So, but, that can happen at any age.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I feel like in general for me, commitment in general for me is just hard. That's why I can't commit to going to somebody's church. It's just, I have things that I just feel like, I guess for me, in general, especially when it comes to like work, church, friends, family, especially family, anything that is going to annoy me or stress me out, I literally cannot have it. I will literally quit my job and get another job if it's too much. Just like I'll quit this church and go to another church if it's too much, or I don't like to have that much struggle in my life. So, I like to know what I'm getting myself into.
Right. So, but that's the thing though. And that's what I'm saying. Where in the sense of you would never, as somebody that's been married, that is married, you will never know what next week, next month, next year is going to look like for y'all.
Facts.
Right? So you simply go by day to day. And every day, not only are we're changing. Just this moment, right now, I just changed from before I said it. Like, we're constantly getting older. We're constantly moving forward. So I can't, this is my only pushback. I can't just, as somebody that's married, that has that understand, and my wife haven't even hit menopause yet. So understanding that both of us have changed.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be changes. The thing is, with marriage, with the relationship, you have to put forth the effort.
Because you're going to have something to fall back on.
But I understand what you're saying too, where if you want a certain size, I'm not going to, you know what I mean? I'm not even going to more so entertain that.
And
so to get past it, send her pick it up.
But,
no,
but in that,
hey, this is what I got,
and with that stance, and with everything's always changing, my mindset has always been, what if we could never have sex again?
Yeah.
Do I love them enough?
Yeah.
Do I want to be with them enough?
Which is why it's important
to take that whole entire part out, right?
Things.
So in my mind, if I'm building a relationship with you and we already don't even have that, it's non-existent. So when it does happen, it's gonna be elevated times 40.
So
because I always, it's never, And so with the whole expectation, I know I'm a very sexual person. So dating someone and not, engaging was something totally different for me, out of the norm. Thought way outside the box. And once I got into it, because my mind was like, oh my God, this is about to be so hard. Like this. Once you get into it, it becomes so much easier, and then your relationship with that person becomes so much stronger. It because you're literally building a solid foundation that's not being tainted by the sexual pleasure, because sexual pleasure can taint so much.
Yeah.
You can stay in places too long that you're supposed to leave because it was good.
Because I was gonna say, a lot of times people are in relationships because of sex. Because like you're saying, you like
can't stand them any other time. But as long as we lay
even that's a question. What if the guy has everything else but that?
Or what
This is why I'm
that's
single
all he
right
has?
now, because I'm not mature enough to be in a relationship. Obviously, and marriage is definitely just way too.
But see, so I want to tie this all together, right? Just for the sake of time, because this can go. This is actually really good, right? Because then to that, you don't got to answer this to his point too, though. What if that nigga got nothing but good dick, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Nothing on the table.
That's what I'm saying.
So I don't know you, but I based off what you've given in your conversation, I do want to challenge you, right? Just whenever. As soon as whatever it is, whatever commitment it is, I don't care if it's walking upstairs, if it's a relationship, if it's going to the church. As soon as it get hard, I want you to wake up the next day and do it again. And do it again. Because here's the irony, man. And I don't want to be all cynical and deep and shit. That's exactly what it's like serving God.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be on fire. You done went to worship, and you know what I'm saying, people praying for you, and then you're gonna go through some shit and nobody answered the phone. You're gonna go through something and nobody's available. You're gonna yell and fuss at God, and it's like he's not real. You know what I'm saying? And I'll use this analogy, and then and we can go on and close out with all that. Imagine praying for a car, right? And you catching a bus every day, and you frustrated with God because he won't bless you with a car. And not to mind you that you suck at money management and all that good stuff, but you walking home on Sundays, but you never got chased by a dog. You never got robbed. Nobody ever stuck you up or nothing. He didn't bless you in another way already.
He's covered you.
He covered you already, but it don't look like what you desire, so it look like he ain't nothing. That's exactly what it's like sometimes.
That's what frustration is.
Yeah, it's so, and I'm going to use this word loosely. Dating God is just like that. It's an intimate relationship.
Yeah,
I'm using dating as just a loose word. You're dating God. It's a relationship, man. Yeah. It's going to look so I challenge you. Whatever you commit to next, I don't care if the most minute thing, as soon as it get hard, get frustrated, yell, cuss, step out.
Don't quit.
Smoke something, drink something, wake up the next day, and do it again.
Oh, yeah.
And I promise you, you're going to deal with them saints, and you're going to learn how to deal with Miss Johnson. I
believe that.
Her last name is Johnson.
Sorry, Miss Johnson.
not you, Miss Johnson. The other Miss Johnson.
Miss Smith? Miss Smith's in here? Any Gregory's? All right, never mind.
But so that's relationship in general.
Yeah,
and that's
relationship in general.
In a less deeper way, that's all I'm saying.
No. And that's not even less deeper. That's exactly what it is.
Exactly.
It's a relationship. So with that mentality,
how many times have you said I do to your wife?
How many times did I say what now?
I do.
I do what?
Every day.
Every day, right? You get married every day,
don't
you?
Yeah. All right, I understand what you're saying. Yeah. So basically, like he said, it's going to be a decision you have to make every single day, even when it's like, I can't stand this person, I can't stand this thing.
Right.
You have to continue to choose that person.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Every single time. My other question I had was, do you believe that there's a disconnect with the church and people?
Yes.
Okay.
I feel like, as of right now, I feel like it's getting better. There is changes that I haven't seen, because I haven't really been in church in a long time. So like when I see church on the internet, or when I do go and visit a church, and I see a lot of different changes, but there is a huge disconnect there. And what you said earlier about, handing over the list of don'ts. I feel like at a certain point, you have to learn how to talk to people.
True. Definitely.
Just because I choose to do something, that may be appropriate for me, but in this space, it's probably not appropriate. But I may not know that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, there's a way to talk to people to get them to understand, like, this is what, you know, what we do here. This is a holy place. In this holy place, we don't do this. You know, we try to lean towards more this. But you don't know what people have going on, you know? Like, if I'm coming to church and this is my first time or my first time in a long time, I don't expect to be greeted with a list of don'ts. I expect to be greeted with love because that is what Christ would be, you know, would do. And of course, not saying that everything is perfect, but I do expect for you not to say nothing to me about what I got on, what I look like, what I'm doing
Greet
here.
it with the,
you
with the
know,
towel
or
to wrap around your,
what kind
around
of
your dress.
things I'm doing.
Because you don't know, like
that
I could have been out hooking, and
Not even-
in the middle of that, it was like the Lord said something to me, so I done came into the house. Just I needed to get here right now.
Not even
and
that,
this is
though.
how, you know.
So saints, believers, doorkeepers, ushers, don't take for granted why the person is there or what it took for them to get there. Can you imagine getting a flat tire, running out of gas, pressing your way? We just talking real life stuff. We ain't even getting all real life stuff. Getting cut off 4-5 times. The kids, they left something, they left your phone, and you pressing to get to church, and you already pissed. The last thing I want to hear is about my skirt when I walk into the.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or why I ain't got on.
But
or where have I been?
Why I got on pants?
Yeah, why?
Don't say nothing to me about my pants.
Because in hell they probably gonna burn the pants off anyway, so it don't matter. It's the lifestyle that we focus on.
You ain't gonna have to worry about no clothes
But
in
again,
there.
I challenge you when Miss Smith, right? Miss Smith says something to you. Rub her off. Wake up the next day. And come back next Sunday.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
So this is the part of the episode
where the microphone gets real wet.
Yeah. This is a segment we like to call Suffering Succotash. What is Suffering Succotash? It's a segment where I give Brandon some sentences, some phrases, some terms you got to read, and he has a lisp. I don't know if you.
I know.
Okay, it's been kind of tame.
I believe in him.
It's been kind of tame.
Hey man,
I do too. That's why we're doing this exercise.
When I open up my church, was probably never. You'll be the first person. Definitely be
This
the
is why we do this exercise, because I believe
Strengthening.
in the Brandon that's going to be better than what he is now. Which brings me to the sponsor of Suffering Succotash. I believe it's a lifestyle brand for anyone that believes in something greater than themselves, like a better lisp.
Or no list at all.
Or no lisp at all. That's what I'm talking about. Believe big.
You gotta think big.
I love that nigga. Nigga small. Think bigger. Nigga was high as a kite, boy.
He was speaking facts though.
Speaking facts. But head over to the on my Instagram page. I believe lifestyle. That's I believe _lifestyle. Lifestyle is spelled with a Y. When you hear this, when you hear this, it'll be Wednesday. Today's Wednesday. I'm going to say today's Wednesday. You have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You got 4 days to get your money ready, right? Got a pop-up shop going on October 16th. You go to my personal page, I am _ D Greg, or the business page, and you're going to see the flyer of the pop-up shop October 16th. It's on a Sunday. Right. So you go to church, save some of the little money. Don't give them all your money. Bring them to your boy. Yeah. I have some Leatherman jackets coming out, right?
Get 5% that Sunday.
Leatherman jackets 5%. Are coming out.
Tell them to get 5% to the church.
Yeah, 5. It's a top. You give it regardless.
It's okay.
He's
offering.
Be a blessing to the man of God.
And be a cheerful giver.
Yeah.
Buy this jacket with a
smile, with gleam. That's what they say. But Varsity Jackets. It's called this drop is called the sophomore Leatherman. So why is it called sophomore? This is my second year in business.
Hey. It's a sophomore what?
Leatherman jacket.
Oh,
okay. All right. Yeah. So
you trying to catch my man's slip? She's like,
I was just trying to make sure that you were saying the word right.
Oh, okay. So Leatherman jacket, varsity jacket. What do you say? I don't know. Leatherman jacket.
Are you saying Leatherman?
Letterman jacket.
Okay. I was
So
you know you be talking in Barry White, so I had to make sure I hear it. Yeah, you better hold your mule.
so Leatherman jacket. The first drop. This is going to be it's navy blue on navy blue. It's all wool. I got a surprise.
Like
I got something.
No, just,
She said, "What?"
It sound like it's gonna itch.
Yeah, probably so. I don't know.
We'll be
No,
there.
it's perfect. It's perfect material. But
that.
I got something
It's gonna be
for everybody
70. I
that
can't even
actually
wear it
comes
next
out
week.
and do pre-orders on the 16th. I'm actually taking some money off. You ain't gonna find out how much I'm taking off till you get there. So come there, come pull up. Yeah. The suspense is there. Again, I still got the grayish, the coolest of grays jogging sets available. Go to the website. Go to the Instagram. It'll be there. Website will be up this week. I shut it down, getting everything ready for this.
Hey, D,
I said all that to say, go ahead.
We
I'm
double
sorry.
down on you. You buy 2 items, I give you a free room. I clean
Right
a free
here.
room. You buy 2 items, I don't care if it's whatever. I'll even do you one better. If you buy, you gonna have just the Leathermans, or you gonna have all your gear.
I'm having everything.
So I even make it sweet for you. If you buy a shirt and a pair of pants, which is really one, I'll give you a free room.
Yeah.
I clean
Y'all
your
heard it here first.
I clean the free room.
Suffering succotash. You got 1 and 2, brother.
should have put that condom like that weather lady had over this mic before.
9 nice night nurses nursing nicely.
Say that again.
9 nice night nurses nursing nicely.
Okay.
Wow. The 33 thieves thought that they thrilled the throne throughout Thursday.
God bless you, my brother.
You did it today. You did it.
That was suffering succotash. B, I got 3 questions for you. You ready? Are you ready?
I don't know.
Are you familiar with? You sure? Without singing, right? Without singing, what's the first 5 letters of alphabet?
He said without
Out
singing.
singing?
Without singing, what's the first 5 letters of alphabet?
A-L-P alphabet.
The first.
He got it.
You got it. Not
He
the
got it.
alphabet. Yeah. You judging me?
Oh,
Hey, you know what? You ain't gonna be no you ain't gonna be an usher in my church. You ain't
Hey,
gonna be an usher. You demoted now. You gonna be a pew member.
Question number 2.
And you better have a long skirt on. And I got stairs too.
and I got measuring tape. I better want to make sure.
Oh,
I got
measure.
stairs.
I won't be there, baby. I won't be.
7 years ago, I was 7 years old. 7 years later, how old am I?
7. No, 7 years ago you were 7 years old.
7 years later, how old am I?
7 years ago, 14.
Thank you. You had to
That's
carry
what
the
you
one.
like. Carry the one.
I was waiting for you to carry it around.
The way
Yeah.
that you wording these questions.
You gotta
You
word
gotta
it.
pay-
question.
gotta pay
Yeah.
attention.
You gotta pay attention.
Had he said the alphabet, it would have been A, B, C.
I had you at first because you was
did,
singing it.
but I
You
had to
was
think about it.
saying-
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I was saying it. I was saying A, B, but then I thought about it. He said alphabet, not the alphabet.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I got you. I'm 2 for 2.
All right, this is for everybody. What is your definition of love?
Go ahead. You are
What
guest.
else?
Because you are our guest.
Man, okay. I would say my definition of love is caring for someone or something, committing to it. I feel like love is not just, a feeling, but it's something that you do. So, communication, what do you call them?
Love languages.
Love languages, paying attention, caring for someone. Also, a really good book. Shout out to Bell Hooks, All About Love. That is a great book to read if you really want to learn, understand, what love means, and not just in a romantic sense, but in all relationships, and also in regards to your type of work you do and stuff like that. So, but for me, it's definitely about, having a responsibility to something and caring for it.
That's dope.
I think it's an action.
Action.
It's a choice.
Like something.
You choose. Yeah, I think it's a choice and it's an action. More so than just a feeling, because you can be feeling any type of way, but to still continue to love and push through, that's more love than anything, a sacrifice. Love is outside of yourself.
Mm-hmm. B.
One word, man. Sacrifice.
God, that's it.
Love is sacrifice.
That's what I had.
Because you're gonna.
That's what I said.
And if I have to give a backstory to it, it's giving up your norm. I don't care what nobody say. When you love someone,
Or
you're gonna
something.
always give up your norm. What does that mean, B? The normal likes and dislikes, do's and don'ts, because you love a person. So you're sacrificing, hey, okay, I'll let him or her get away with that because I love this person. I stand firm on this, but I'll bend a little bit on this. You know what I mean? And vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
Love is just sacrifice, man. So that's it. That's it.
Yeah, I was literally at the same thing. Sacrifice. I believe love is sacrifice. Just selflessness.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna make myself uncomfortable to make sure you're comfortable.
Yep.
Rather that's sacrificing my time, my money, my gifts, my talents, whatever the case may be. Like that's my love for you. I'm going to sacrifice something.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's what I got, man.
I think that you are super dope. I really enjoy.
Yes, it was
having
great
you
meeting
on.
you
enjoyed
and having
being
you
here with
on.
you all.
I thank God for your transparency.
Seeing those nerves went away.
Yeah.
I think you're really dope. I hope that we painted a good picture. I hope that the believer, the non-believer, the hurt person, the confused person has an outlet. We've given you all angles. Continue to be encouraged. Have an awesome week.
Absolutely.
And whoever upset you, whatever made you mad, I dare you. I double dog dare you. I triple dog dare you in 3 voices to go back again.
Yep.
So, have a good week. I'm voice 1.
I'm voice 2.
And I'm voice 3.
Easy. Thank
We
you.
out.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes,
for
great show,
having me.
guys.
I
Great
had so
show.
much fun.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was
You
dope.
are so funny. Goodness. I was trying my best not to laugh so loud.